Hey, Shalom Akim. This is Yahba Tazak coming back with another video. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders, great millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there being sincere and diligent in this truth. All right. Basically, I have a news article based out of Tennessee. It's the news WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News. And it's titled Mysterious Fish Kill Raises Concerns, Neighborhood Demands Answers, April 5th, 2017. And I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Basically, this ain't no new thing to us. We've been seeing and hearing a lot of the animals dying in high rates, large numbers of animals being killed or, washing up on the shores, or, them deer being hundreds of deers being killed by a lightning bolt. It's nothing new, but it's just to be mindful of the times that we're living in. And I'm gonna go ahead and just play this video real quick, brothers.
Last year, Goodwill processed more than 40 million donated items to sell in our stores.
Go ahead and wait for that ad to end. Then I'll go ahead and turn it back on so we can just watch the real deal.
Hundreds of dead fish swamp the shores of this neighborhood lake, a stench that can be smelled blocks away.
And they were all dying. There were just hundreds of them laying around.
But the smell is just one cause of concern. Linda Watts has lived in the Seven Oaks neighborhood next to the lake for nearly 10 years and says this is a problem she has never had to deal with.
If it's something in the water, is it going to get into our drinking water or what? We don't know.
These waters behind me are filled with dead fish of all different sizes, such as catfish, carp, and trout, a problem homeowners say needs to be fixed immediately. The mysterious kill brought out many people in the neighborhood who say they are demanding answers. The problem doesn't only raise concerns for them, but other wildlife as well.
It's going to affect everything out here. Dogs, ducks, coons, wildlife.
But after numerous calls to the TWRA and 911 office, residents were told the problem was a lake turnover and have no word on when it will be cleaned up.
Well, they're claiming this is a lake turnover. I've been on the water since I was 6, 7 years old. This ain't no lake turnover.
Travis Watt says when a lake turns over, it brings debris to the top. But the waters in this lake are clear, leaving him and other residents searching for the real reason.
The turnover is be gooky looking out there, and the water just clean as a pen.
All right, there you go, man. You see those Edomites? They're concerned. Their beautiful yard, their beautiful backyard is being attacked by the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And this is no new thing, man. There's no new thing underneath the sun. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the Lord that's spoken of in the scriptures that everybody claims they love and cherish, this, that, and the third. But he's the one that's causing all this. You know what I'm saying? He's sending these plagues, these pestilence upon the earth because of the abominations that are committed. And ultimately to destroy Egypt, which is America known as spiritually known as Babylon and Egypt. Okay, so this is no new thing. It's happened in old time. It's gonna happen all over again. But right here, I'm gonna just go ahead and read. It says Jackson, Tennessee, a mysterious fish kill in one community lake is raising questions and leaving many residents concerned. Hundreds of dead fish swamped the shores of one neighborhood lake, a stench that could be smelled blocks away. So this is like I said, there's no new thing underneath the sun. This has happened this has happened before. All right, everything is written for our learning. So through these signs, these effects, these wonders that are in the heavens that are being poured out by the angels upon earth, is signed to the elect to know that we're coming nigh. We're coming into the times where Yahweh Shai is going to deliver his bride. You understand? So that's all it is, and we just have to be mindful of that. One scripture I want to go ahead and bring out real quick is I'll start at Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. It says that thing that has been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. and there is no new thing underneath the sun. You see? So this is all biblical prophecy. It's happened before, in the time of Egypt, the first Exodus, when the Hebrew Israelites were delivered out of the hand of Pharaoh. All right, and they received the 10 plagues, and we know that the rivers were turned to blood, and the fish of the rivers were destroyed, man, and it had a horrible stench. Okay, so this is there's no new thing underneath the sun until Yahushua comes back and restores the nation of Israel, which is Yasha Allah. He is a prince of power. Then everything's gonna be in righteousness, and everything's gonna be made fresh. All right, Ecclesiastes 1:10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It has been already of old time, which was before us. See, so this ain't new. These are just the plagues, the signs, and the wonders of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, letting the elect know that he's about to return. All right, let me go ahead and go to Matthew 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? All right. So it's talking about the end of a rulership, the end of the current ruler, which is today in our time is Esau, the so-called white man, the Edomites. All right. So their kingdom is this world right now. They rule and they govern the earth. That's the blessing that Esau received, the fatness of the earth, and he was going to live by the sword. All right. So now his kingdom is being attacked. All right. His kingdom is under attack by the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the king of terrors. All right. And he knows that. So the disciples were asking him, when is the sign of that coming? And this is part of the signs. Death, destruction, and diligence. That's what Elder Tahar labeled this year. Death, destruction, and diligence. And that's all we've been seeing. Okay. I'm going to read a little bit, then I'm going to go back to Matthew 24. I'm going to start where it said right here. They were all dying Salakia. They were all dying. There was just hundreds of them lying around, said Linda Watts, who lives by the lake. But the smell was just one cause of concern. Watts has lived in the Seven Oaks neighborhood next to the lake for nearly 10 years and said this is a problem she has never had to deal with. That turnover they're talking about is basically like when you get like a heavy rain, a downfall of rain, and all the fish for some reason they rise to the top, seeking oxygen, and it's happened here in my city at the river. When we get like a heavy heavy rain, the river, you go to the river and you'll see all these fish just floating up, talking about every kind of fish, catfish, every type of fish, just on the top of the river, man. And from what was told to me is that water was so great, the pouring of that water, the heavy waters falling from the skies, is that it stirred up like the mud and stuff like that in the bottom of the water, and it kind of like affected the fish for them to seek oxygen. Okay, but I'm not 100%, but that's I've seen that before, and I know what these Edomites were talking about this turnover, because they're concerned that these fish are just laying around dead. Because whenever that turnover happens, they're not dying. They're seeking oxygen. Some die, but not all of them. But it says Watts, she basically lived there for 10 years. If there's something in the water, it is going to get into our drinking water. What we don't know, she says. So they're concerned that there could be possibly, something, deadly in the water, and it could be harmful towards them. The water behind is filled with dead fish of all different sizes, like catfish, carp, and trout. And that's just the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. There's no new thing underneath the sun, man. This kingdom is about to be destroyed. All right, let me go back to Matthew chapter 24, and I'm gonna start at verse I'll start at verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So that's just a pestilence that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai struck on this community. All right. And whether it be by man or not, it's still through all the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Now you got these Edomites in this community that are in fear and worried. Okay. And not realizing that this is the Most High's doing. All right. So it's just a pestilence that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai struck these Edomites with. All right. Basically, you know, if you brothers want to keep reading it, you can. I'm just going to go ahead and get into the last few scriptures that I have lined up just to, you know, just end it, you know, with this article. You know, it's just, we're in those times, man. This is Jeremiah 12, and I start at verse 4. How long shall the land mourn and the herbs of every field wither for the wickedness of them that dwell therein? Okay, because until wickedness is taken out, you know, this place is going to continue to suffer. You know, the whole land mourneth, as it says in Joel, which I'm going to bring out. And it says, continue on, Jeremiah 12 and 4. The beasts are consumed and the birds, because they said, he shall not see our last end. So, because since these wicked 2/3 and these Edomites, these heathens want to continue to thrive, in return, this land is gonna suffer. Okay, this place, there's no peace unto the wicked. Okay, that's just what it is according to the scriptures. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. All right, so the elect, all right, the ones that are sighing and crying are waiting for the expectation or the manifestations of the Son of the Most High. Because once the elect are sealed up, then Yahweh Shai is gonna come back. All right, verse 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. Talking about the elect. That's that creature he's going to come and deliver. And he's going to spare the earth. Okay, the earth is going to be replenished. All right, refreshed. The waters, the animals, everything's going to be put back in its proper order. Until, not until this wicked is put out. Until while the wicked rules, everything's going to suffer. Okay, the earth, the animals, everything. Verse 22, Romans 8 and 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth and pain together until now. You know, so in a sense, you know, the animals and things that they know that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai draws nigh, and that the men of the Lord, the prophets, are rising up. Okay, and that's what we're hoping for. We're fighting for the animals. We're fighting for the earth. We're fighting for all of Israel, but at the same time, Israel's going to be destroyed, because that's how they're going to learn, and they're going to come back in the kingdom, having that shame. Real quick, I'm gonna go to Hosea or Salaki. Let me read Joel chapter 1, and I'll start at verse. Let me see. Joel chapter 1, verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Is not the meat cut off before our eyes? Yea, joy and gladness from the house of our power. Right, because the meat, that fish is meat to us. You know, it's a food, but it's being cut off. All right, everything's is utterly spoiled here in this land, man. Okay, corrupt, GMO'd, poisoned. The water's poisoned. All right, with fluoride. Chlorine. Verse 17, Joel 1 and 17. The seed is rotten under their clods. The garners are laid desolate. The barns are broken down, for the corn is withered. How do the beasts mourn, or Salakia, how do the beasts groan? The herds of the cattle are perplexed, because they have no pasture. Yea, the flocks of the sheep are made desolate. So even the cattle are suffering, man. The cattle are waiting for the manifestations of the sons of the Most High, which are the elect, to usher in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? The pastures, the grass, all right, is suffering, you know. Verse 19, O Lord, to thee will I cry, for the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. The beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of waters are dried up, and the fire had devoured the pastures of the wilderness. You know, and that's what's going on to this very day, man. There's diverse plagues that are being placed out on the face of the earth. You know, rivers being dried up. Some rivers aren't, but the fish are being destroyed and leaving a strong stench, a stink, as I read right here in this article that happened in Jackson, Tennessee. All right. This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. This is going to be the last script. Hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel, you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, because this place ain't going to get any better. For Yahweh hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touches blood. Because this is why Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to come and bring judgment upon the earth, is because there's nothing but killing, lying, swearing, stealing, committing adultery, and every other abominable act is being committed under heaven. So Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to bring judgment upon this place. Verse 3, Hosea 4:3, therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. All right, and that's plain. But, you know, that's what's going on. You know, I wanted to share that article with you, brothers. You know, if you want to do, you know, videos on it, you can. But I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to the brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. But I'm going to go ahead and end it with that and say shalom.